Hey guys, all right, setting up celebration arena defense, and I'm going back to the old strategy of doing a tough mix defense. But this time I want to show you guys how I set up my defense, why, as well as my gadgets. So starting with Gaucho Foxy, and I moved around a lot of gadgets to do this. I put on my spooky mask. I would do 3 health and 1 defense. However, I need them elsewhere as well, but I did give him some better stats. I focused his main stats as high as possible, as well as the sub stats to be health, attack, and defense. Um, and then the other substats, I didn't focus too much on because I was really just trying to go for those core stats. A little bit of debuff, tenacity, and critical damage. I wish I could have got critical defense in there for him, but it's what it is. Now, he is only tune-up 47. I don't think 48 is necessary on him. Going to Lola of Liberty, obviously I have her for that damage over time protection, that extra dodginess, and a second defender. I have jackets on her, 2 health, 2 defense. I didn't switch those around. They're just the same ones I've been having. Attack, health, and defense substats, but attack is pretty low, unfortunately. I do have some critical damage, debuff, and tenacity on her as well. And then I also have her at a 47 tune-up. Now, okay, coming to Melissa, I have mixed gadgets on her, really trying to get that attack up as much as possible. And I did focus on health and defense, but I made sure to give her some piercing and critical damage. She's got debuff and tenacity as well. Debuff wasn't really necessary, but I had to throw it on there just to get that extra attack stat based on what I had. And last but not least, for some extra protection here against stun and silence, I've got Fisher Cat. Also, he gives, because of his gizmo, full tackle box, all team members have 10% life steal and 10% recovery. Now that's great, especially with Gaucho Foxy, because he is going to life steal as he hits them. At the end of each opponent's turn, if they're full health, he's going to hit them and he's going to life steal just a little bit. So it's just that a little extra annoyance. And then I do have, for extra protection on him, some invisible inks so he disappears in case they do manage to get to him. Before they can kill him off, he will disappear and heal, which I think should help. And then I've got attack, health, and defense. I went 3 health, 1 defense. Typically, I would go attack, but I just want to give him as much protection as possible. I gave him critical damage, critical defense, debuff, and tenacity. So hopefully this goes well. So, all right, I'll put it all together for you guys and we'll see what happens. Hey guys, all right, getting started on my celebration here, and there's a lot of go-karts. I think a lot of people thought same thing as last time. We showed a lot of go-karts and nightmares. Now, several people did not enter. I know one of them unfortunately could not enter because of the 80 tune requirement with being 7 stars and tune up 30. So it picked up the hardest bot, which was the first one to go in because that's what it does. And that happened to be my buddy Elbows Up. And oh man, are we in for it. He's got inks on both Melissa and Fisher Cat to keep them protected, plus double defenders. And let me tell you, his gadgets are good. He is quite the master at it. He's a very strategic player, so this is going to be rough. Of course, I'm starting with his. This is a known counter. Well, one of his, because one of him wasn't enough. Full Holiday Hustlers. You can also swap in other defenders. Blythe works here. Citizen Lola works here. Crusher would even work here. Anybody really tanky enough to take those hits from Melissa and keep pretty consistent taunt will be worthwhile in this type of defense. This time from the Speakeasy teams, we split them up instead of going completely the same. So Maka and I have the same defense, and Elbows Up and Arthur, aka Lissa's bestie and Lissa's bestie OG, being Arthur and Lissa's bestie being Maka. Maka matched me and Arthur matched Nick. And unfortunately our other Speakeasy member entered before I got a chance. Stop dodging. See, that's where that undodgeable hit really comes in handy. Could have gone better, could have gone worse. These are going to be a lot of low scoring. This is also probably going to take a lot longer. With the easy defense, you fly through. You can get Celebration done in 30 minutes. But with the long one, man, there's a lot more planning. The battles go slower. Why is it showing me everything is available? If only. That would be fun. See? It's not actually available. Alright, so I'm going to show a little bit different. You guys are probably expecting me to go island on this Nightmare defense. But I'm going to show my second best counter, which is Tasmaniacs, because I actually plan to use Island a little somewhere different and show you something interesting that I recently learned. But I'll get to that soon. This is a great one here, and he has a strong Nightmare team. It's really good. But it's not a match for Tasmaniacs. Everything has a counter. I'm also going to show you guys something that you probably won't expect with Nightmare. That's a good score. I'm going to need that. I'm already stepping over. Yay! Should I go for Meepa defense next? Might as well get the weakest go-karts out the way. I'll go with victory. I'll flip on show my gadgets. I've got mixed on Daffy, arrows on Bugs. Of course, I've got jackets on Private Fud. This isn't the highest scoring counter, but it's a sure thing. My main goal isn't to score high on most of these, it's just to score. I want to avoid timeouts and losses if possible, but there's gonna be timeouts, there's gonna be losses, I'm sure of it. But not against this. It'll run down the clock a bit, but it's pretty solid. I'm actually surprised at some of the defenses I saw people put out. I expected a little bit different. Especially since I did post about it in Arena Strat. This should finish off Hot Rod. Yep. Probably needed more health on those gadgets. They didn't all move. There's so many issues going on in Arena. But I'm done reporting a lot of little bugs and stuff. I think they're not going to be fixed at this point, so just try and find workarounds is the best thing we can do and deal with what we've got. Not bad. It's a low score, but that was to be expected. Alright, let's hope I pull this one off correctly. Now, I do have high attack on my attackers, and I have swapped out a gadget on Hugo just to give him some extra defense and health. I did take his attack down because he's got to withstand these rounds of hits. And this is a team that gets like almost no love. It's known for only hitting a handful of things, but here's another one. I think a lot of us as players judge teams prematurely. Oh, this isn't good, that's not good, and held our own selves back. I'm not saying it's a great team, I'm saying it has great uses. And even though his AoE was delayed there because of the silence, it came at the perfect time as needed. See? A good score, actually. Goal was I wanted to show a few things that would be a little unexpected and hope they work out. I love seeing that defense of Loki's. I'm going to save it for last. I'm actually looking forward to fighting it because I've been posting, if you've seen, wrestlers on my defense. And I've never got a chance to actually fight against them. So this will be a first for me this season. And it's a, I don't know if it's a coincidence or he did it because he fought against it last week for champs when he faced me. But I'm really happy to see that he put it out there. This is a known counter, but it's kind of RNG based. It can go good, it can go bad, you can win, you can lose. And I think I'm about to lose her. Yep, there she goes. And hopefully I don't lose entirely. My other witch is about to go down. Kahuna may have just saved her. Yep. Whew, I got lucky. It's not a counter I would recommend unless you're up against a lot of them. And even still, I don't want to officially recommend people to use it because I don't want to be the reason that somebody loses. Okay, this one I'm actually quite surprised to see this defense. I kind of expected something different. Although he did say on main that it's better than Nightmare. So. But I'm using my best counter against it. Obviously, AoE spam, which is what go-karts are going to do. Getting met by Safari with the counter is just going to kill them off. Same thing happens to, of course, Island or Full Liberty. Okay. Go back to these wonderful bots. Fun stuff. Okay, see, I promised you Nightmare. And people talk about how Nightmare's not really a good team. And I've always liked it. I love it in war. And yes, its main use is anti-revive, but it's got other uses too. The attackers, while they are a bit squishy, they can definitely do some damage. And then I do also love the animation for them. I love them all, especially Possessed Melissa. I was contemplating there whether I should heal or just go for the attack, but I figured those palms would heal a little and give me those. It just wasn't quite as much as I wanted. Okay, I'm going with a known counter here. We use it a lot. It does score low, but it's pretty consistent. My goal is to hit Melissa and Fisher Cat here just enough to get them low, but not to make them disappear before I can finish them off. However, since she's close to her turn there, I'm just going to go ahead and get that hidden out the way. Let her go hidden, get her turn, and then I can finish her off. So close. Alright, Fisher, you're next, so I can stop your healing. The damage resistance is not making it easy, as well as his high health. Now, low lip dodge can be a pain, but she only usually dodges so much. You can break through. But that's why the low score comes with this. If you get lucky, you can hit the 130s, low 140s. If you do bad, you'll hit the 120s, which is pretty common. I'm going to try and get pressure out the way first and then deal with her last. It's just taking a bit longer. Eventually, I usually put it on auto. His damage resistance, but I want to get him out the way first so it doesn't go to her first. I'm running out of time. I just have to do it, so. Oh, come on. Taz is typically the one who breaks through, and then Monster Tweety's extra hits tend to break through. I got her heal out the way at least. Oh, come on. Alright, I'm gonna have to do a reset. And don't get judgy, we all do it. Alright, I'm back. I did a reset. I used to not do it because of the videos, and somebody had told me before, another competitive player, that everybody does it. And they're pretty much lying if they say they don't. And I used to always say, I can't do it because I'm doing videos. And they made it a point to tell me, like, just do it. is actually more relatable because it is real. Because that's what so many players are forced to do. And sometimes we do the reset and it fails and it won't restart. You're supposed to get 2 a day, but however, they need to be in either a different arena or a different mode or something. But for some reason, mine only gets 1 a day. And my account's always kind of been like that. The more I've talked to people about it, the more I've actually learned that, yeah, most people that rely on the reset, especially in war and champs. Okay, see, this is why I didn't want to put it on auto before last time. Because I knew it would go for her over him. However, I'm afraid if I don't put it on auto, I might time out again. And I just wanted to do it a bit earlier with the time. Although it wasn't working out, so I might need to do it. I don't think there's going to be enough time. For some reason, the RNG is not on my side today, and for whatever reason, it's dodging way more. And I've never had this counter fail before. But there were other Crusher Lola defenses similar to this one. Not necessarily this one. And it always comes down to the 2 of them with Fiend. But it's usually not this much of an issue. Wow, this is frustrating. This is even worse than the last one. And now you see why I was saying sometimes those low scores are good, because I would much rather get a low score than this. Already I've seen that a lot of people are getting this. Not necessarily with this counter, but against this team in general. And failure. Sometimes you get lucky and you can leave it on auto even after it ends and it'll follow through. Not so much this time. Okay. This one is another known counter. It doesn't necessarily score great. But it's decent. Now that shouldn't have happened. His special should have been available. That's another glitch. His special isn't supposed to have a cooldown and should be available for the start. Because of that, he's gonna take more damage. I think I should have started with Lola instead. And I see, of course, his defense is the same as mine. We did not coordinate. See, now it's available. It's actually supposed to be, and it's not supposed to have a cooldown. It's supposed to be available. Well, I'm just putting it on auto. I don't care. It's not gonna win at this point without my defender. Melissa's gonna get to probably Lola next. Oh, went for Daffy. See, now that I do like seeing. Okay, you see how he got that dodge and the healing? That is from his gizmo. It's that little rescue attempt. Although it's not going to help here since I was losing anyways. But in a lot of circumstances it will. All right, now this is something I have been working on. I've tried it a couple of different ways. And we all know Snow Bandits is bugged. It's not getting fixed. It can't be fixed. But the problem isn't Snow Bandits in general. It's Demolition Sam. And that's that demo charge. When they die off of the demo charge explosions, you don't get credit for the kill. So a lot of people just aren't using Snow Bandits, but it's a really good team. So I figured, why not just take him out of the equation? I know a lot of people don't use the Coyote. So I threw him in, and I tried it both ways. I tried horns on the baby first, and it worked out good. I was suggested to swap and put horns on Coyote instead. So I went ahead and did that for this one. And it's working out well. And the horns are just to keep my attackers safe, really, while I go ahead and get people frozen. And it's basically, I'm putting high health and defense on them and making them into my defenders. And then I've got trapping nets that I had on the Coyote, now on the baby, to slow the team down as well. Now, you may notice this other lovely glitch that I'm loving. Gotta love Driller's AoE. It's quite incredible. Yay! Contemplating whether to freeze or just hit, but hitting worked out. Okay, what's next? I'll go for Bond here. Freeze is a great option when Liberty Lola is around. This one, you have to play it manually. I know a lot of people like to auto. The only problem is this, along with like the other Divine team, has a soft kill, and so if you're playing on auto, that's an issue, that you can kill yourself off without time to revive. And that's that one little move with the one on it. It starts with cooldown. Now, I was tempted to go for somebody else, but I was trying to kill him off. Wasn't, yeah. Unfortunately, her heal got in my way there. So now I'm going to switch targets to bugs. And of course, that's the move that will revive him after his self-kill. That animation cracks me up. The number of people who actually thought the game was glitching out every time he used it. I mean, of course, the first time a lot of people saw it. But once you actually look at it and see him, it's quite funny. He is the trickster. I think the devs had a lot of fun with that. And the artists. Oh my gosh, the timing's getting down, so I'm tempted to put it on auto, but I'm afraid. I'm gonna do it. I know, people said the other option for the defenses is, some people said it was boring. A lot of people liked it because it put us more on a level playing field and everybody got a chance to use what they had. The problem is, I find just having to put everything on auto is boring. That's just coming down to chance RNG. See, and now I have no timing to revive. I'm gonna end up killing her off. I have no option. There's nothing that's gonna hit low enough to not kill her. Alright, back again. And I was going to use Winter TLT on this, but I was looking and waiting to try and save Winter TLT for somewhere else because I need more good go-kart counters. I could also use it on those bots with the other Crusher defenses, Lola defenses. But this one got recommended to me instead. So I am going to use it. This was Bestie's idea. When we planned and tested this defense, of course. And it's funny because we did mention this on main, and we've been holding on to some of these counters. Because while I share everything I do, sometimes I just wait a little while to share it. I think maybe I should have gotten Lola first. I don't know why I keep going for Foxy first. He's just so annoying. Okay, I'm glad he's gone. Now I can go after her. Speed this along a little bit. Fisher. And of course she got taunt right before. That's fine. There we go. Not a good score, but it's better than a 0. Alright, I took a little break. I'm back again. Alright, this is one you've probably never seen me use. I rarely ever use these other knights. I have the tendency to go classic knights more. Marvin, you may know that I've had some trouble with lately, so I did swap out one of his gadgets and gave him like 30% more health almost. So I give him one of the highest health gadgets I have, or the highest health gadget I have. He's just so squishy, although I like to keep that high attack on him because I want him to one-shot people. In some of these longer battles, you just really need to, you know, make sure he's protected. I'm not sure. I want to use the other hit, but I think I'll go on the safe side and heal. This is a team I'm not very familiar with, but I know it works. Okay, that was pretty good. And yes, a great score actually. I should probably try and use that team more. Okay. Because I got to save this team, I'm going to use Winter TLT on Bunny Ben. His is a really strong set of go-karts. Of course, everything of his is pretty strong. It's just a top player. Now, when using this here, you need to make sure you have good health and defense on your defender, because you're going to get silenced, you're going to get stunned, you're going to get slowed down. And if you don't have enough on him, he's going to die. But I got the chance to heal, so I should be good now. I've gotten the upper hand. Instead of killing off Sam there, I went for the freeze. Okay. And I had done that because I didn't want to unfreeze anybody prematurely, but I didn't think his hit would have killed him off. I wasn't confident enough in it. There we go. Should be a good score. Yep, close enough to 150. I'm happy. Okay. Time to go after Arthur now. This is definitely a new one I haven't showed, and I've been meaning to post Gadgets and Gizmos video on them. I just haven't actually done it. Now, I did take out the supporter because it's got no cosmetics. And I swapped in Citizen Porky, which I do have Gadgets and Gizmos on him as well. I have extra frosting on him to give him extra health. But that one I primarily have, even though I'm not using it like that here, is because I often throw horns on him and make him into a defender. So extra frosting is great for him there. I just didn't double up on other possibilities. If the game was going longer, I would have, and then switched his gizmos around based on situations like this. But it's not, so. I hate to waste the stun there, but I want to make sure it went through. Going for Fisher just because he was closer. And the reason I stunned Crusher there is just so he can't have more damage resistance if he even makes it, which, nope. Not a bad score. It's a tough team. Okay, 4 left. I still have Spies, I still have Karate. Still have a lot of good teams left. It's just about making the right choices, hopefully. Karate is a tested counter. And again, I have that special Now let's see if I can time this well. Not enough, but close enough to her turn, so she'll get it and come back, and then I can finish her off. That's why when they've got on inks, you got to pay attention to what gadgets they have. When they have inks, it's all about timing. Switch targets. And now I can finish him off since he's back. Alright, it's a decent score. In Celebration, the good and decent score scale kind of changes because you're fighting so many. Alright, so this is an interesting one, and the reason I have this planned here is I've pre-tested this, obviously, and we all know the rules that Lola of Liberty doesn't get damage over time, or does she? I did that for some turn meter back. Now that's going to show up after. And there, you see, it's stuck. Now it's going to stack on everybody. Now this one you do have to get the timing right also, because it is bugged, and if they die from the damage over time, it's not counting, similar to Snow Bandits. However, it's not too much, and you can control how much is being stacked, and so it's really just adding to the damage and making them easier to kill off rather than being the only thing that kills them most of the time. And then if you're finding yourself in trouble, it doesn't matter, you just use it so that way, you know, you can save yourself. See, it came just short of killing her, and now I'll kill her off. Oh, she didn't die. I just need to get to her. No! Still gonna do it. Finally get to heal, and hopefully that's enough to keep him alive. Okay, at least I've got her out the way, and I'm running out of time, but I should still be perfectly fine. Now the question is, can I get her killed without her dying on her own? Oh. And that should do it. It's going to be low. Yeah. But a low score is better than no score. Alright, two more. This has been a lot of play today. I've had quite a few breaks in between. Had to recharge. Had a lot going on here. Full Liberty is a good counter here. However, I have Liberty on defense. Why won't it change? Oh my god. So, Gymnast Lola is dodgy also. I'm going to swap her in and we'll see. I've had it work before. Unfortunately, not going to work this time. I was tempted to do go-karts versus go-karts, but it isn't a sure win. It's hit or miss. Probably should have done that. I had a couple other options, but... Alright, this one I contemplated a few different strategies. Warriors is another decent choice. Something tells me I should just not put the defender whatsoever. That I should just put another attacker. Or support with horns, but actually the horns won't even matter because it'll still get removed. Should have just put another attacker. Now, even though I won't get the taunt, I do want to do that for the stats down. And I want to do the AoE, but I don't want to get hit on the counter. I don't think it'll kill them off, so played it safe there. The real question is which one to go after. Ooh, I almost lost her. Not enough healing. Right, now I'm gonna do this. Alright, last battle's done. I'm gonna go over everything. Right now, we're top 3. Hopefully it stays that way, but a few people still have to finish. So I doubt it will. I'm happy with that one. This was a long day of battling. I'm actually pretty tired. Hopefully I wake up in time to record the ending. I set an alarm. Oh, that one hurt. But at least it was to a friend. Oh, that one hurt too. I'm pretty happy to show this one. I've been holding on to that for a while. Testing it again multiple times throughout the week. That was a low score, but it definitely helped me out so I could use winter TLT somewhere else. It was fun using them actually for the first time in a big arena. I've been testing with Space Ranchers throughout the week as well. I just needed the right swap on the support. And this one was really fun to play against, so I don't know if Loki ever sees these, but thank you, Loki, for putting it out there, because I never get to play against it. I've got to show the other side of it, but this was fun. Okay, looking at my defenses here. Definitely some good ones. Oh, DeBayer did real good with that. Same, but a little lower. Well played by Game Over. However, he didn't get stuck on that dodge. That's how it's supposed to look. That one's good. I haven't seen Warriors hit my defense before. Same one. If only the defender was swapped there, it would have been a little bit better. And then, of course, the bots just get made up randomly on this and score the lowest, which is odd that it only does it here in Celebration. All right, I know this was a long one, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I ended up coming in 4th. Ninjas surpassed me. Great job, everybody. It was really wonderful playing with everybody again, and hopefully we get one more.